Hello. My name is Kaeli Martin. It's great to be here at Fine Arts. I find it completely ridiculous that we have a hashtag for every day of the week. Man Crush Monday. Throwback Thursday. Selfie Sunday. There's one that I actually like. Transformation Tuesday. For you old timers who might not know, Transformation Tuesday is when you take a current picture of yourself and put it side by side with an older picture of yourself. Some people compare their baby pictures to themselves now. Some people lose a bunch of weight and show their before and after pictures. But what if a picture could show spiritual transformation? What if you could scroll through Instagram and see how people change on the inside? How cool would it be to see that? It would also be kind of sad too, because some people haven't changed at all or are going in the wrong direction. Have you ever had a friend that you felt like would never become a Christian because they say they don't believe in God, or they'll never come to your youth group because they go to parties every weekend? There are always those people that just seem unreachable. But the Bible is filled with all sorts of unlikely transformation stories. You have David, who went from little shepherd boy to king over all God's people. Gomer was a prostitute and wound up wife of a prophet. One of my favorites is Paul. He wasn't always doing big things for Christ. Before he met Jesus, he actually hated Christians. He said in Acts 22:4, "I made trouble for everyone who followed the Lord's way, and I even had some of them killed. I had others arrested and put in jail. I didn't care if they were men or women." This dude was bad to the bone. He terrorized the church, and people just had to think he was unreachable, unsavable. His Transformation Tuesday happened on an ordinary day, same old Saul, riding into town in his tricked out AD 31 model donkey. And boom, Jesus shows up. Saul is blinded by a light, and Jesus himself speaks to him. A little later in Acts 9, it says, immediately something like scales fell from Saul's eyes, and he could see again and was baptized. Saul went from persecuting believers to getting baptized like one in about a day. Talk about transformation. And over time, his transformation went in even further as he became Paul, a hero of the faith and leader of the first century church. Let's talk about two things. Number one, God isn't limited in who he can save. There may be always those people who seem like they're never going to change, but God can reach those people even when we've given up hope on him. Maybe you need a transformation in your life. You're not too far gone. You haven't done too much for God to forgive you and change your life. Isaiah 59 says, "Surely the arm of the Lord is not too short to save." So again, God isn't limited in who he can reach, and number two, God isn't limited in how he can reach them. He used Paul, this unreachable person, to reach even more people. If you've already experienced a spiritual transformation like Paul, there are people in your life that need that transforming love of God. Paul wrote later in 2 Corinthians that we as believers are Christ's ambassadors. You may be scared about talking to your friends about Jesus and feel inadequate, but that shouldn't stop you. God used stuttering Moses to deliver his people, runaway Jonah to save a whole city, and cowardly Peter to lead thousands to the same Christ he denied. God can save anybody he wants, any way he wants, but he wants to use us. He does the saving, but the fact that he has reached unreachables like Paul, like me, like you, that should inspire us to live bold lives and pray big prayers for our friends. Ephesians 3:20 says, God is able to do immeasurably more than we could ask or imagine according to his work within us. Let's believe that. Let's live and pray that way. If I stopped treating people I work with like hopeless projects, and instead prayed for them and talked to them about how Jesus rescued me from depression, my transformation story might inspire them to have their own. I think our churches would look a lot different if we saw that there is hope and purpose for every person that walks through our doors. If we stop limiting God, how would he change the lost? And how would he change us? #thank you.